Yo, welcome back. In today's video, we will take a look on one of my favorite weapons in the game, the compound bow, Burden of Betrayal. For the compound bow, I am using portable style with critical damage. The reason for critical damage and not critical rate is that at full charge we have 35% crit rate. Along with the mods, we reach about 60% crit rate. For those who don't know what is a fully charged shot in the bow, here's a quick explanation. When you switch the bow and then long press your left mouse button, it reaches full charge. The bow will also be highlighted in orangish yellow. On bingo, rapid shot style with weak spot damage. Gear wise, I am using 3 pieces of savior and 2 pieces of treacherous for maximum weapon damage. The key gear piece of this build is the sharp blade pants. These blade pants multiply our bounce into 2 times, which simply means when we trigger bounce, it will additionally trigger 1 more time. For accessories, we only have one option, and in that we are using armor piercing arrow for the maximum damage to shielded units and maximum damage per shot. These are the skins that I'm using on my gear. These are the food buffs that I use for nightmare silos. And these are the food buffs I use in monoliths. For Deviant, we are using Butterfly's Emissary. Its skill allows us to hit weak spots and grants us 34% weapon vulnerability. And its secondary ability, as you can already see, activates her bounces. On the bow, I'm using Bounce Rampage. The more the targets there are, the more our bounce damage will be, up to 45%. On bingo, I'm using Vulnerability Amplifier to mark bosses. On helmet, we use first move advantage with either crescent or either lunar suffix. You can choose any of them, whichever you are having the higher level. We cannot use Fortune's Favor because it cancels all of our weak spot damage. On mask, I'm using Precision Bounce to increase bounce damage. On chest, I use Rejuvenating for additional shields. On pants, we use Critical Surge with Aero suffix. Unfortunately, Deadshot does not work, but it only works in the bossing preset. The reason for this is that the bow has only one magazine capacity, and the effects given by Deadshot are removed upon the next reload, which is why we use Critical Surge instead. On gloves, I am using Crit Amplifier with Crescent suffix. And on shoes, I am using Rush Hour to increase weapon damage. These are the cradles I am using. And if you like the build, drop a like, share, and subscribe. And let me know which weapon is your favorite in the comments. See you next time.